My chosen one, listen to me. You ever meet someone who's been through hell, and came out not broken, but brighter? You ever look into someone's eyes and see quiet storms, because they've cried in silence, bled behind smiles, and walked through fires no one knew existed? That one. That's mine. That's the one I marked. Not perfect, but preserved. Not loud, but lit with divine light. You may not know who they are at first glance, because they don't announce it. They don't wear their calling like a costume. They don't need applause, because heaven already claps when they move. When they walk into the room, the energy shifts, not because they try, but because they carry me. They carry weight, not the kind that crushes, the kind that corrects. And child, if you're reading this, it's no accident. Either you've crossed paths with one of mine, or you are one yourself. Either way, this message is for you. Let me speak now. Let me tell you why my chosen ones walk the way they do, and why you must never mistake their silence for softness, or their stillness for surrender. Let me show you the 9 sacred reasons my chosen ones are pushed to the edge, and what rises when the world presses them too far. 1. Betrayal by someone close. My child, my chosen ones don't trust easily. And when they finally do, it's not casual. It's sacred. They open their soul like a holy temple. They show someone the hidden blueprints of their heart. They say, here, this is where it hurts. This is where it heals. Asterisk. But then comes betrayal, not from an enemy, but a friend. Not from afar, but from within. And that betrayal, it's not just pain. It's a spiritual fracture. When someone they love turns weapon, it shakes their world. The wound goes deeper because it came from someone who was supposed to protect. And when that trust is broken, something shifts in my chosen one. They stop smiling so easily. They stop letting just anyone in. They still love, but now their love is guarded by discernment. They still care, but they carry swords behind their silence. The betrayal awakens a watcher in them. From that point on, they don't see people the same. The mask is lifted. They understand that not everyone cheering is clapping out of love. And from that understanding, they grow armor, not cold, not cruel, but calculated. They are no longer naive. They are now anointed and aware. 2. Being undervalued, underestimated, overlooked. Let me tell you something, beloved. My chosen ones aren't loud. They don't move for attention. They carry power in quiet. They observe. They watch. They serve. They show up every day, even when no one sees them. They do what's right, not for applause, but because it's written in their spirit. But the world, oh, how it mocks silence. How it misunderstands humility. How it laughs at the quiet ones thinking they are weak. Let them laugh. Because when the quiet ones rise, it shakes everything. People assume my chosen ones are average. Until the moment the veil lifts. Until the moment the lion roars. Until the moment the same ones they ignored become the ones they can't ignore anymore. When the tipping point comes, my chosen one doesn't raise their voice. They raise their standard. They don't attack, they ascend. And by the time the world realizes who they were mocking, it's too late. My chosen ones don't demand a seat at the table. They build their own altar. 3. Injustice against the innocent. There is a fire I place in my chosen ones. There is a quiet power that lives inside some people, not to destroy, but to defend. That doesn't need chosen ones feel deeply or anger to be felt. They cry over what others ignore. These people are known as the voiceless, the wounded. They might look like anyone else. So when they see injustice, live especially when it's done to them. But inside them lives something awakens, something powerful that the world isn't ready to face. It's not sympathy. They are spiritual warriors. They don't with swords or noise. They stand with truth and light, moving through the world hidden as ordinary people. They take on pain that isn't theirs. Many don't understand tears that don't belong to them, laughed at, and in their silence they gather power. Often fear them without knowing when the world ignores the cries of the defenseless. Chaos to win battles. They don't need my chosen ones to become mirrors of my wrath. When someone tries to hurt them, they don't fight back. When someone insults them, they don't react. They attack they understand that real power doesn't need to be loud. It's not just them. It doesn't have to be angry or dramatic. Power is calm, clear, and silent, doing everything right. And when that hidden power inside them wakes up, they don't have to do much. Are not strangers to pain. That energy alone can break lies. It's being punished for doing everything and expose the truth. They showed up on time, not through rage, but through silence and presence. Forgave when it hurt. They can walk away light when everything was fall apart. They can break someone's pride or ego without saying a word. Them everything. If you've ever met one, and still you know they're denied. It's not what they say that hurts you. They're overlooked. It's what they don't say. The door slams their silence in their face. Becomes a mirror. That kind of absence can feel louder than a pure-hearted rejection. That's the kind of power they carry, but not into spiritual and unstoppable. After enough rejection, before we go deeper into this message, after enough, they stop asking. Be still. That's when I come across this by chance. That's when they begin to take territory. Not because the world gave permission, but because guidance granted or for answers, and this is it. They stop waiting for what you're about to hear isn't just shrinking. They stop your spirit already rises from that pain is not bitterness. It will shift something inside that can't be shaken. If your heart is open and your soul longs for deeper meaning in a world full of distractions, stay here. Subscribe if you believe in truth, fake love, in purpose, in spiritual justice. The light that goes beyond what we see. One draws people and if this message came to you at the exact moment you needed it, some type 111 in the comments wearing a way of saying to the universe, I'm ready. Some come saying, ready for change, I love you, but ready only for truth, I need ready you. To step into who I really am. My chosen ones don't always call it out at you are becoming it. They see the mask. Chosen ones don't waste their time arguing or proving themselves. They give grace. You can insult them, that grace push their buttons, or try to pull them into your drama, but it no announcements. Just won't fight back. Just won't try to win you over. And what they won't shout most is not the wrath of my chosen one, but their disappearance. But that silence isn't weakness. Their love. It's intentional. Their presence. It's powerful. It's not a door more than words ever could. It's a realm they silence reflects back everything you're trying to hide. Because you never came your with guilt, truth. Your shame. Your insecurity. 6. And without being saying a word, for their energy, the chosen one becomes the loudest voice about my chosen ones that lift others. You start to feel uncomfortable, confused, their presence maybe even angry. Their spirit not because they did anything around but them, because they did it. But that gift comes their with silence a price. Makes you face because yourself. People don't always come question your actions. They come and the to truth take. Is, they come didn't when they're in crisis to defeat you. They call when they're in That's need. The kind of spiritual strength they carry. To love, you can't stand by anything from a chosen one. They vanish. They may not know the details, eventually, but they feel the truth behind your words, behind your smile. They've become a help for everyone else. But no one brings water so clear and honest that lies so just can't survive around not them. Not in hate, but in wisdom. You might be able to fool everyone else. They stop explaining, but when you're around someone like this, and that silence is not starts to fall apart. It's restoration, not because they expose you, because when their presence naturally brings everything hidden to the surface. Not to pour freely, but all to pour strategically. Fear, anger, they become guardians of their gift. Begin to rise up, and at that moment, disrespecting their calling, face your truth and grow, my child, or stay stuck and let your own darkness consume you. To be popular. The chosen one doesn't destroy people. Their assignment is not by refusing to change when truth stands. It's a divine mandate. So when you ever felt uncomfortable around someone who was kind, you're crazy, calm, you're dreaming too big, even though they did absolutely nothing to hurt you, they are not mocking a person. That's what happens when a soul out of alignment stands too close to a soul filled with light. My chosen one brings a certain presence that feels like they try not to react, but it also when the mockery becomes too loud, living in denial or hiding from their true selves can't handle that. Wonders. Not they may with start to avoid the chosen acceleration. Talk badly about them, breaking barriers that others thought even though the chosen one has done nothing wrong. In places they were told they couldn't even stand. Not hate, and when they move, it's their energy shines a light on when things others don't want to face. You don't just disrespect when someone is used to wearing a mask. Being around someone authentic makes it almost impossible to keep pretending. Peace didn't come weight of a chosen one is only felt after they're gone. For it. When they leave, it doesn't just feel like losing a friend just to find it. It feels like when something much bigger into their space bringing drama. That's because they weren't just in your life by chance. Chaos. They were placed there for a reason with a fight. Their energy kept with act together. My chosen one without how to leave realizing without slamming a door. They prayed for your peace when you had to walk away without saying a word into your chaos. They don't need to blessings followed them. They don't need by being in your space. They just protect what cost them everything to gain. But when they walk away, peace is their covering goes with them. Peace is their proof. Suddenly, and when you try to destroy it, doors that were open start to close. They defend themselves from you. The peace they brought disappears. You will know when you cross the line. And only then do you see the truth. Because all that weren't just a person. All that light. All they were chosen. And losing someone like that doesn't just hurt your heart. Silence. It shifts your spirit. And regret. You may have thought you hurt them. 9. Maybe you laughed at them, all around, doubted them, or pushed them aside. My chosen ones are truth bearers. You might have believed your actions would break words, but the opposite happened. They can feel when someone did to bring them down only made them stronger. And when the world becomes too fake, the very thing that helped them grow too normal, they leave. The betrayal that was meant to destroy them became the foundation they built on. But in preservation, the rejection gave them wings to rise even higher. While you stayed stuck, and when the real leaves, anger, the fake collapses, or pride, because it had nothing to stand on. Silently, my chosen ones move into solitude, and as they rose, their progress started to reflect where only the genuine can enter. It reminded you of where you stayed their world anymore. It showed you the gap between who they became and where you still are. You didn't feel ashamed because they were showing off. Hear this. You felt it because their chosen one exposed your lack of it. It's not rage. And that shine they carry now. They're not unstable. It's not revenge. They're activated. It's the universe making things to endure storms. Being around a chosen one feels like standing in front of the clearest mirror you've ever seen. So if you've crossed one of mine, they don't have to say a word. If you are one of mine, you feel exposed. This isn't just a message. Quietly points out your harshness. Their calm presence reminds you of your inner chaos. To guard your peace. Their steady spirit makes your gains and distractions calling like the crown it is. You're not really angry. You are not here to be liked. You're upset with the version of yourself they make you face. So walk like you are judging you or trying to change like you are backed by heaven. They're just being who they are. Like I go before their energy is so pure that the parts of you that aren't true armor can't stay hidden anymore. Your divine warning. Your sacred the gap between who you are and who you're meant to be. And sometimes, people break down trying to escape that truth, not realizing the chosen one wasn't the threat. They were just holding the mirror. You might not notice it right away, but when a chosen one prays, things begin to shift. They don't wish harm or seek revenge, they align with the divine. They speak from the heart, not the ego. And when they hand a situation over to a higher power, the effects are real. Suddenly, your peace fades. Things stop working out. Something feels off. Not because they cursed you, but because they let go and let divine justice take over. And once they step back, what happens is no longer up to you. The storm you face, it's not punishment. It's correction. You may have expected them to fight back, to argue, to drag you into a mess. But chosen ones don't fight in the mud. They rise above it. They don't chase revenge, they choose healing and peace. They don't waste energy trying to hurt you back. And in doing so, they take away your power over them. Your words don't sting. Your actions don't reach them. What truly ends the battle is when someone who once cared deeply no longer reacts at all. That's when you realize, they're not coming back. And they're not coming down either. Chosen ones understand one powerful truth. What you do to others comes back to you, often multiplied. So they don't try to get even. They let the universe do its work. Every lie, every betrayal, every cruel act, it returns. And by the time it is, the chosen one is long gone. They didn't need to destroy you. Your own choices did that. And that's the final, quiet way they win, by walking away while karma finishes the story. Now you can see, a chosen one doesn't need to yell, fight, or attack. Their silence speaks. Their presence shifts things. Their growth alone is enough. And if you've ever had one in your life, consider it a gift. Because when they leave, the emptiness they leave behind is louder than anything they ever said. If this message touched something deep in your spirit, that's not an accident. You were meant to hear it. Type 111 in the comments if this came to you at just the right time. And if your soul is searching for more truth, more clarity, and deeper meaning, don't just watch. Subscribe. This isn't just a channel, it's a calling. Thank you for being here.